got back as quickly as he did, but yeah, he's one of the big three. When you look at Philadelphia offensively and what they like to do, they get the ball to A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, and then Dallas Goedert.
I think that's a problem.
That's an issue.
That's Landon Dickerson, Pro Bowl guard from a year ago, part of this outstanding offensive line.
You would kind of expect to see a penalty somewhere, wouldn't you, John, when someone's face mask is hanging off like that?
That's twice we've seen that this year. Well, they were at the ready.
They just don't make those things the way they used to, do they?
Second down and 5. They're without Cam Jurgens, who does not make the start at right guard with a pec issue. Dangerous throw and a good catch by Devontae Smith, who's ripped to the ground by Artie Burns, and a loss of 1. And now a little bit slow to get up is Devontae Smith.
Well, you see the catch that he's able to make. You're right. I mean, a dangerous throw, and if it weren't for A.J. Brown being able to at least shield the throw and protect it a little bit, you got Michael Jackson right there to make a play. But you know, here the Eagles are with another 3rd down.
Dickerson back in the lineup on 3rd down and 6. It would be a 57-yard field goal try from this spot. Timeout, Philadelphia. So the Eagles come in having lost a couple in a row. The Seahawks have lost 4 straight for the first time in Pete Carroll's 14 seasons. There's Nick Sirianni. He has done what a couple of Hall of Fame coaches didn't do when they began their careers as the Eagles head coach. Talking about Andy Reid and the great Dick Vermeil, as the Eagles have stamped their ticket to the playoffs for the 3rd season in a row. And Pete Carroll, he's only missed the playoffs 3 times. They are on the edge right now of either hanging in or falling away, and tonight is a game they need.
Boy, you're not kidding. And the season looked so promising 4 weeks ago when they were at 6-3 and things were humming along pretty well, and it's been a real struggle having dropped the last 4. This makes this game tonight extremely important for them.
Devontae Smith able to continue after the timeout. 3rd down and 6. Over the middle, that pass is caught, and that's big A.J. Brown. He's got a 1st down and hard to bring down. A gain of 11 on 3rd and 6, and 6'1", 226 pounds. Tough to tackle.
Well, they worked that area of the field where we saw Dallas Goedert right there at the linebacker level, just past the chains for the 1st down, and pretty simple for A.J. Brown. He just comes off the ball. He gets past the marker that he needed to reach and turns around. The ball's on him and a 1st down.
Jalen Hurts has started 4 for 4. He hands off here. That's Gainwell spinning down inside the 25 as he picks up 5. Julian Love on the tackle.
You know, I think part of this for Philadelphia is really getting this running game going, because it has not been particularly good here the last couple of weeks. They've not been able to get DeAndre Swift going, Kenneth Gainwell, and with this offensive line, I mean, it's such a strength. One of the best in all of football, maybe the best.
Here's Gainwell again with a 1st down for Philadelphia. And one note for the Seahawks on defense: Reek Woolen, a Pro Bowler a year ago as a rookie, has not had any snaps yet for Seattle. Michael Jackson has taken his spot. Woolen not on the injury report. So from the sideline, he watches with Philadelphia 1st and 10. Hurts keeps, flips, Goedert, and that was well played. As out there, Trey Brown made that stop. No gain.
That was played very well by Trey Brown, because they're kind of hiding Goedert over there a little bit on that boundary, and it was by design that, you know, if everybody comes up, tries to make a play then on Jalen Hurts as he comes around that edge, yeah, he's going to pitch it out then to Goedert, but Trey Brown wasn't fooled at all.
Seattle already without Jamal Adams in their secondary, and Devin Witherspoon, their outstanding rookie corner. Reek Woolen not out there, and it's 2nd and 9 for Philly. Swift blocking in front of him inside the 10. 3rd and short coming up.
It's a good job of execution in this offensive line. Jordan Mailata, the big left tackle, he gets out there as well. They pull him, and he's as athletic a big man as there is in all of football. So we've seen some of that quick passing, getting the ball out, and that brings them to a 3rd and 3 here. And you go back a couple of weeks ago against San Francisco when they did a good job early in that game of moving the ball, and they just failed to come away with touchdowns in the red zone. And once San Francisco got it going, that was a big difference there in that game, especially early.
Hand off to Gainwell, and he's got a first down. He got it by about a yard. A pickup of 4. Jordan Brooks made the stop, and it's 1st and goal for the Eagles, who are trying to cap off what is an impressive first possession of the night.
Pretty good start here for Kenneth Gainwell. He's gotten the carries here on this opening drive. He started the season as the starter week 1.
Here he is spinning, got a yard. Mario Edwards made that play as he got penetration up front for the Seattle defense. A defense that comes in ranked 28th overall. Second down and goal. Gainwell out. DeAndre Swift in the backfield next to Hurts. He gets it and goes nowhere. That play made by Julian Love as he crashed down to make the tackle in his 3rd and goal.
Yeah, that was a good job defensively by Seattle because Julian Love is there, and they also had support here on the edge in case Jalen Hurts kept the ball. So they had both the dive back and the quarterback accounted for.
Eagles 3 for 3 on 3rd down attempts. Hurts trying to take it in, diving for the touchdown. And the many Eagle fans in attendance here tonight have to love what they saw from their offense first possession of the game.
Well, they got man coverage on the receivers, and so they're run off, and they're not able to get back into the play on time. But you're going to see Mailata and then Kelsey. Mailata's able to try to pin the edge. Kelsey comes, and he helps secure it. And then Jalen Hurts. Let's take a look here and see whether or not the ball crossed the plane before the knee's down. No,
well, he's not contacted.
He wasn't contacted, yeah. And looked like he did cross the goal line.
Yeah, he is not diving. He's not giving himself up. I see it as a stumble. So until he's touched, it's a live ball.
And touchdown is the result as they verify that up above and in New York and all points in between. And a 7-0 Philadelphia lead. And that drive that covered 75 yards, 15 plays, and 8.5 minutes. Eagles on top. Really impressive opening drive, and the majority of the yards picked up on the ground, including the touchdown run by Jalen Hurts, the 39th career touchdown run for Hurts. Elliott will kick it away. DJ Dallas, you see, waiting for it for Seattle on that drive. Hurts 5 for 5 throwing it. 2 carries, 16 yards in the touchdown run from 3 yards away.
That was a good job coming out, establishing the line of scrimmage and running the football and kind of getting back to old school Philadelphia ball.
Well, Drew Lock makes back-to-back starts. Geno Smith had taken every start since taking over after the Russell Wilson trade until last week in the loss at San Francisco. That's Geno. Bundled up on this cold night. You saw the numbers in the career for Drew Lock. Told us it felt amazing being back out there. He's grown up a lot over the last year plus, and we'll see how he gets along against this Eagles defense. 1st and 15 thanks to a false start.
False start. Offense number 89. 5-yard penalty. First down.
That's supposed to happen to the visiting team here in Seattle, not the home team, and it's 1st and 15.
Well, unfortunately for Seattle, they've just had way too many penalties all season long. Second most penalized team in football. Offensively, they're the 4th most penalized, and you come out to take your first snaps of the ball game after being down 7-0, and you have a false start. Not good.
It's Disley in motion. He was guilty of the false start. Lock. Walker, and Kenneth Walker is ripped to the ground by Nicholas Morrow after a gain of 3. Shane Waldron is the offensive coordinator. He and Drew Lock will try to figure out how to beat this Eagles defense. They are great on the outside with Lockett and DK Metcalf, and a good rookie in Jackson Smith and Jigba. 2nd down and 12. They hand to Walker, and Kenneth Walker gets back to the original line of scrimmage +1. It's going to be 3rd down and long for Drew Lock.
Well, we wonder what Matt Patricia might be doing defensively. They're on 2nd down, anticipating run. He goes 5 to handle that, and we'll see how this goes along. You see the defensive lineup there, but how many changes can you make? At this point in the season, it'll be subtle overall.
The Eagles facing a 3rd down defensively. They are last in the league defending this down, and they make a stop on DK Metcalf. Are yards short of 1st down yardage. Strong tackle by Bradley Roby. And it's 4th down as the punt team comes on for Seattle.
Well, such a nice job by Bradley Roby, because initially you've got him in the slot, and he does a good job of coming off the ball, and it looked like it was going to be a pretty easy completion and conversion, but Robley's then able to make the tackle right after the catch. So an excellent job, because that looked like a gimme. Hard to bring him to the ground.
Analytics says this is a go for it situation, 2 yards or less, but that does not factor in Drew Lock making his 2nd start in the last couple of years, and a fair catch by Britton Covey after a 54-yard punt. Here he comes, Jalen Hurts. He's been sick. Sure didn't look like it. First time Philly had it. And at Dallas as Swift carries over the left side for 5, and here's a look at that first possession for Philly.
No, it was really good. A lot of good stuff here by Jalen Hurts on the ground running. Of course, he threw it well, as you mentioned, 5 for 5 passing, but does a heck of a job converting here on 3rd down. You talk about the linebackers and where they've been vulnerable, Seattle has, but the movements that we've already seen from Jalen Hurts on that opening possession, I'm a little surprised by, just because of the fact he came in with the illness and there was questions as to whether or not he'd play. But you're right. He looks awfully healthy to us.
2nd down and 5 as he airs it out, and that is an overthrow. Not much out there with Swift running down the sideline as we will throw it down to Lisa Salters.
Hey, Joe, well, despite him feeling so poorly, I'm told that Jalen Hurts and the Eagles staff they were doing whatever they could to get him ready for tonight, pumping him full of fluids, IVs, making sure he was staying up on his nutrition. They needed him to eat to keep his energy levels high. They also just wanted him off of his feet as much as possible, which is why he stayed home most of Friday and Saturday. He zoomed in to his meetings on those days.
Crowd comes alive as the Eagles face 3rd and 5. And they got to throw a flag on Hurts there, and they do.
Here we go, false start. Offense number 1. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Kind of stumbled a bit, almost anticipating Troy the snap. It didn't come, and the false start makes it a little tougher.
Yes, it backs him up, and it makes that crowd, that much more a factor, backed up, towards their goal line and how loud they can be. But it looked like there on that 3rd down that the Seahawks were going to bring some pressure. They, like the Eagles, are not a big blitzing defense. Now they go back to a 4-man rush.
It's 3rd down and 10. Incomplete off the hand of Goddard with Diggs in coverage, and a stop on 3rd down for the Seattle D.
Yeah, even if he's able to make the play, he was going to be short of the first down, and I don't think he was going to go very far if he catches it. But they continue to try to work the middle there of this defense. San Francisco had a lot of success last week, a lot of big plays coming through the middle of that defense. We saw on the opening drive how the Eagles were able to exploit it, but a good stop there by Seattle.
The punt from Braden Mann. On a line drive. Dallas stays away. That's deep and into the week. One of 6 teams at 6-7 now trying to join the Vikings, Rams, Saints, and Bucks with a win at 7-7. And what a play by Sweat. He got through and made that stop. A loss of 6 as Kenneth Walker had no chance.
Well, it looked like they're going to try to block down with DK Metcalf, and because Sweat is so aggressive getting up the field, you see the tackle Charles Cross, he's pulling, and Sweat he's right there. That's an outstanding get off at the line of scrimmage and reading it and making a play.
He does not have a sack over his last 4 games coming in, and he was quoted after the loss in Dallas saying, "I and we are too good for almosts." Almost getting a stop, almost getting a sack. That was not an almost, as Colby Parkinson's makes the catch. Good for 6. So defensively, the change is made. Sean Desai, first year as coordinator with the Eagles, is bumped upstairs. Still listed as the defensive coordinator, but that Troy is in name only because Matt Patricia down on the field's making the calls.
Yeah, and I will tell you this. I've had a lot of respect for Sean Desai. It went up this week because he was a team player in every way. We met with him, and he made no mention to us about the change, and he was the company man for sure.
Locke, great protection, and fires a strike to Lockett for a Seahawks first down. A 12-yard completion from Drew Lock, and the first down of the night for Seattle.
Well, so the problems kind of emerge. They get to 3rd down, and they're just not able to make a stop. 3rd and long, and yet Lockett's able to get right to the middle of the defense and pick up the first down. That's been the Achilles heel for this defense for several weeks.
Play action from Locke, and he's got a wide receiver, Lockett, wide open on the far side of the field. Forced out by Sidney Brown, but a gain of 5. The 3rd down defense not good for the Philadelphia Eagles. Last for the season, and over the last 3 weeks they've allowed 61% to be converted against them.
Yeah, usually when you talk to coaches and you say, how can you be better on 3rd down, they say, well, we've got to be better and win on 1st and 2nd down. The Eagles, they've done that. They win on 1st and 2nd down. They get to 3rd and long, and they can't make a stop.
Here's Walker spinning, and he is brought down near first down yardage. Sidney Brown made the stop, and Walker just short. Under a minute to go in the first quarter here in Seattle.
And going back to the 3rd down woes for Philadelphia, part of that is like what happened on this last 3rd down. They just have not been able to get pressure on the quarterback. Only 9 sacks on 3rd down this year, which is tied for the fewest. Compare that with a year ago when they led the NFL in sacks on 3rd down with 32. So a big difference.
False start. Offense, number 87. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
So from 3rd and 1, a 5-yard penalty on a false start by Noah Fant. And both of the false starts have come from tight ends of the Seahawks.
Yeah, he's basically looking inside. He was just trying to see what was happening there in where the ball was. That one surprises me.
So 3rd down and 6 as a result. To the sideline, it's not there. Pass intended for Fant. And it's 4th down. It was kind of an iffy call on 3rd down and 1 on the false start. It makes 3rd and 1, 3rd and 6, and now Fant is overthrown on this shot from Drew Lock.
Well, it's a good thing he was overthrown, because if he puts that on the money, Kevin Byard was right there to make a play, and I think he felt that, and just was committed to the throw. And threw it where nobody could get it.
Dixon, one of the best in the game, end over end punt, and Covey will stay away as it checks up inside the 15. That ball was touched. It was hit by Radigan at the 12. But for now, for some reason, they're putting it at the 2. Okay.
Yep.
Should be at the 12, and I believe will be when we come back.